Oh my goodness, we are finally live! Thank the heavens. I couldn't be happier to be here, friends. It's been a day, as you can tell by the fact that we're doing this on a Thursday, by the fact that it is, a little bit later than I said we were gonna go. But we are here now, and yeah, I am very sorry for the wait, my friends. A couple tech errors getting things going tonight. But the good news is we're here now. We are live. We are ready to rock. We are ready to do some nails, and I couldn't be more excited about it. So we did have to switch this week's live manicure. As I said last week, we were doing some family visiting that got extended over the Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada. So yeah, we're here tonight. But we will be back to our regular Wednesday night programming next week. So don't fret. We'll be back to normal very soon. In the meantime, let's get ready to do tonight's manicure. Tonight is just a simple one color manicure. Every once in a while, you just crave something kind of simple. But I wanted a little pizzazz. So I wanted to crack out one of my favorite Halloween shimmers tonight. And I was thinking that this would be a really good opportunity to go over how I apply a shimmer, especially with the encapsulation with the clear dip powder. So we're going to do that tonight, which I'm very excited about because I love this color. And again, I don't know, friends, I just needed a one color mani in my life today. You know how you just feel something deep in your soul? That's where I am. So hello, friends. I see we're all joining in. Hello, Marissa. Hello, Amanda. My Thanksgiving was good. It was very busy. We just got back last night from bouncing around between different family members, so it's been it's been a little chaotic getting things back up and going, but spending time with family is always a good time. So yeah, it was great. In the meantime, let's dive into this manicure. So tonight we're going to be using my favorite shimmer, which I realized after the fact, and I do apologize for this, is retired. By Revel Nail. So the color we're going to be using is actually Dreamwork by Revel Nail, which is this beautiful black gold, rose gold shimmer this evening. It's very Halloweeny. Let me grab my other light because then you guys are going to be able to actually see what I got going on over here. Check out this bad boy. I love this thing. Aha, there we go. Set that up. Okay. Get this out of the way. Hello, Jana. It's good to see you. All right, friends, so there is the color. So you can see that rose gold shimmer in it. I love this color. Now, I know this one is retired. I'm sure you can still get in the buy and sell groups. If not, a black with a rose gold shimmer. Staple in the collection, especially this time of year. So I'm very excited. Hello, Debbie. It's good to see you. Hello, Fallon. I just saw you pop in. Debbie, I feel like I miss you week after week. And then I see you and I get so happy. Miss Fallon is here. Amazing, friends. Like I said, just a plain black shimmer with rose gold manicure tonight. Tonight we're going to be using my very first love because I just got a fresh set of Virgo and Gem liquid, so I'm going to use that for tonight's manicure. And like I said, applying a shimmer is slightly different in that you want to encapsulate it with a clear dip powder, so we will walk through my process for that. It's pretty simple. It's basically just our normal dip process, but instead of doing a fourth dip layer of the colored shimmer, we're actually going to do a clear dip powder, and that's going to make it safe to buff without wrecking any of that gorgeous rose gold that is in there. So without further ado, I'm going to give my nails a quick swipe with my nail cleanser. Ugh, Jake is here. Lame-o. Ha 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 ha. I'm allowed to say that to people that don't know that because that's my brother-in-law, so. Hi, Jake. Amanda, yeah, you absolutely need to do an encapsulation layer with a clear dip powder in order to get a smooth finish. So I'll walk you through how to do that tonight. So I'm just cleaning up my nails with my cleanser, and then we're going to dive it right in. And like I said, we are using my first love, Virgo and Gem dip liquids this evening. Let's get it going. Okay. First, though, let's see how beautiful this color is. So this is Dreamwork by Revel Nail. Like I said, unfortunately, Revel has retired this color, which I think was a poor choice on their part because this color is gorgeous. But you probably still can get it in the buy and sell groups. It might even be available on Amazon, which I will check actually after we're done. Because every once in a while, you can find some of their retired colors on Amazon. But in any case, a rose gold black I'm sure exists by another dip powder company, so that's another thing that we can look into. You are very welcome, Amanda. I hope that helps. All right, so I've got my toothpick in my acetone. I've got my file. I got my things. I think we are on the clock and ready to rock this evening. So let's get our base coat. So as per usual, we're going to start that brush in the middle of the nail. We're going to push back to that cuticle area as close to the skin as possible without touching. Pull forward and then swipe the sides. And that is how you get a nice clean application without flooding your cuticle areas and making a big old mess on your nails. Da 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 da, like so. All right, and then we're gonna dip into that shimmer. Tap off the excess. I'm gonna grab my acetone soaked toothpick. I'm definitely soaking in acetone tonight because we really want to make sure we clean out that cuticle line, because a messy cuticle line with a dark powder, it's gonna show. So I really want to be a little bit more diligent with that. And the acetone just makes it a little easier to clean out those cuticle lines. Courtney, I have not tried Tickle Pink yet. They're on my list. I know my friend Sarah always tells me to try them out, and I haven't gotten there quite yet, but I've heard amazing things about their products. Also, I am mostly dipping my natural nails tonight, but I am still growing out that middle finger and the ring finger after some accidents, I will say. Dropping a box on my finger type accidents. You know how it goes if you are accident prone like me. Hello, Catherine. It's great to see you. Ah, oh, Marissa, thank you for checking. I'm sad to see that. Okay. We will go on a hunt, because I'm sure it exists. I'm sure it does. So with this shimmer glitter or shimmer dip powder, I am going to dip my nails as per usual up until that basically I'm going to do a full dip, I'm going to do a half dip and a 3/4 dip to build up the apex like we normally would. Ooh, we missed some spots there. Haha! What a rough dip that was. That's okay. Jesus. We're going to build on that. We're not going to worry about it. We're just going to keep going like it didn't happen. As I was saying, we are going to dip pretty normally tonight. The only difference is that after that 3/4 dip, we're actually going to dip into the clear dip powder, and this is going to protect the shimmer and stop it from buffing out that rose gold color. Because with some glitters and shimmers, you can actually wreck the color of the glitter and turn them silver by buffing over top. So if you put a clear dip powder over top, it will actually protect them. Good grief, I'm putting these layers on thin. So you guys can see where the brush isn't hitting. That is because I'm putting it on thin and I'm just like missing that area. It's okay though if that happens to you. Don't worry. We're going to keep building, so it's going to fill in those spots. It's going to be totally fine. Oh my gosh, Soraya is here. Hello, Soraya. I miss you. I'm so excited you are here. Shannon, I am using Dreamwork by Rebel Nail. Courtney, thank you for the feedback. I know they are, like I said, Tickle Pink is on my list. They've been recommended to me, and I just have not gotten around to getting them. Oh, but I need to. I do need to. All right, let's try to get a nice clean dip this time. Okay. All right, perfect. So that's how we're looking. We're looking a little rough on that middle and ring finger. It's totally fine. We're just gonna keep it rocking. We're gonna act like that didn't happen. So I'm gonna grab my toothbrush and I'm just gonna brush off all that excess powder. The reason that I use a toothbrush, because I get this question a lot, is because I like the stiffer bristles. It does a much better job of cleaning out all of the powder from every crevice of the nail. And that's gonna limit any issues with contaminating your base coat. So, after we've done that, we're going to move right along. So this time we are going to do a half dip. The reason we do this is because we're trying to build an apex on the nail. By building an apex on the nail, you're going to add strength to the nail. It's going to make your manicure last so much longer. And that is what we want. I feel like I just need to hit a button, like just record these things that I say over and over again every single week. Exhausting. Okay, let's keep rolling. So like I said, we're going to do a half dip this time. So Start the brush just below that halfway point, push up to the halfway and down, and then paint the bottom half of the nail. I do like to cap the edges on this dip as well to avoid getting any chips, because we do not want chips. And capping the edge, I just mean running the brush very lightly over the nail like so, and then dipping into that powder. And then we're going to continue on each finger. Okay. Crystal, I'm using Dreamwork by Rebel Nail this evening. This is basically like, I wanted some Halloween October vibes, but I wasn't really ready for a full Halloween manicure, you know? So Dreamwork is just like a really nice kind of spooky, dark color that I thought would be great for the season. All right, so you can see that we got really nice coverage there. Everything is looking good, so we do not need to worry. I have always seen sand designer dips on Etsy, and the problem is their shipping to Canada is so expensive, which hurts my heart so much. But Debbie, you're right. I've had their stuff in my wish list for like years, quite frankly, years. It's just the shipping, unfortunately, for Canadians, it kind of stinks. Which I'm sure it's expensive for them, so I don't hold it against the company at all. It just sucks. Okay. And again, we're working on building that coverage. Look at that. We're all good. You know what, Frankie, to be completely honest with you, if I didn't do these lives every week, I would also do my nails every 2 weeks. So I am the laziest. So I don't blame you at all for that. Every once in a while, it's fun when you get jazzy and you get excited about a new manicure idea, but I definitely would probably do more of like the 2 week mark, but I love hanging with you guys every week, so here we are. We are thinking alike, Marissa. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and brush off that second layer, and then we're gonna go into our third layer. Now this layer, we are going to do 3/4 of the way up the nail. Now, the only thing is, you can see that we missed here, and that's obviously going to be a little bit above that 3/4 mark, so I am going to lightly touch the brush in here just to fill these in, so that way they're ready to go for the clear dip. So you will see me doing that on a few nails. So I'm going to start that brush in the middle of the nail, push back to the 3/4 mark, and then down, and then we're going to paint the bottom 3/4 mark of the nail. And I do like to cap the edges on this dip as well. So I'm just gonna run that brush very lightly over the edge and then dip. And then continue that on each one of the nails like so. Now, as I said, we do want to fill in these gaps with color before we get to that clear layer, so I am going to cheat a little bit, and I am going to bring that liquid up a little bit higher than I would normally on this dip, just to make sure that we get coverage before we do our encapsulation layer. Like so. Perfect. I feel you, Frankie. I feel you. Amanda, yeah, if I found, like, as soon as I started doing that, like, capping layer, the other thing too is make sure that you shape your nails before you dip, because if you do what I'm doing and then you do a full shape on your nails, you're going to end up just filing off those the capped edges. So just make sure you do your main file. All you want to do after you've dipped is just do a light brush just to clean up the edges a little bit. Jana, I feel you. I was kind of there too, and then I was like, oh man, Thanksgiving week just got me crazy. Oh, Debbie, yes. We'll do some searching. I feel like we can probably get something similar even from maybe a smaller dip company. Because, yeah, Revel made a huge mistake getting rid of this one. It is way too pretty. Okay. Make sure we got nice coverage. Perfect. Oh no, Catherine, what's wrong with them? Tell me more. You're welcome, Amanda. Jess, would adding a nail protein to the nails first mess with the dip process? I've added the Young Nails protein bond before and never had issues. I've seen people say that it's not necessarily meant for dip, but I didn't have issues when I used it. I just use a cleanser though. I actually don't use the protein bond on my nails. I just cleanse my nails. Remove cuticles, lightly buff, and then cleanse. You're hiding your beautiful nails, Jana? That's interesting, Catherine. I wonder if you have slightly adjusted anything about your application, maybe? Because I can't think off the top of my head. I've never had specific problems with West Coast versus Revel dip powders, but my application is the same. No, Amanda, you don't really need one. You just need to cleanse your nails properly. Like I said, I fully remove the cuticles, then I give them a light buff, and then I use my nail cleanser. I do have this posted on my, I think it's under my FAQ playlist here on TikTok. It's just an acetone and alcohol mixture to cleanse the nails, and then that's it. And then I go right on to dip. Catherine, the only other thing I'm wondering is, did your dip liquids happen to get contaminated? That could be another issue. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, because to be honest, there really shouldn't be a difference unless it's just that particular powder from West Coast has an issue with it. Amanda, you do not need to apologize for asking a lot. That is why we're here. We're here to talk dip nails and have a great time. All right, friends. So now we have added all of 3 layers of the colored shimmer. So now what we want to do is encapsulate in a clear powder. So again, the reason that we're doing this is to make sure that we don't buff away any of that shimmer or wreck it. Because if we were to buff out Dreamwork, all that beautiful rose gold is going to go silver. And we don't want that. So Teresa, thank you for hitting that share button. I so appreciate it. Also a reminder to everyone else, if you are so kind, please don't forget to double tap the screen or hit that share button. Sharing is caring. We love to share around here. Shameless plugs all the time. Oh, Dawn, that's so awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. Jess, you should be okay. I mean, I used to actually use the OP Nail Envy before I dipped. Now, the only thing I did with that is I would apply 2 thin layers of it, let it fully dry, and then I would lightly buff it just to rough the surface a little bit. So I even put that under my nails initially, and I didn't have any issues. So yeah, Catherine, that's so weird. I'm wondering, reaching out to Jilene, the owner of West Coast, because I guarantee she is an absolute sweetheart. So I would reach out to her and see if she says anything about it, because to be honest with you, I'm really not sure. Those are the only things that I could think of that might be a problem, but yeah. Oh, Amanda, that's too kind. Thank you. I'm so glad. Jess, you are welcome. All right, let's get into our final dip. So like I said, guys, with a shimmer, we're going to encapsulate in clear so that we don't buff away any of that gorgeous shimmer. So we're just going to do a full dip. Put a little bit more liquid because trying to paint over the bumpiness of that shimmer is a bit of a task. Because we're doing a full dip, I'm going to grab that toothpick again and just clear out the cuticle lines. Make sure everything is good. Oh, Shan, that's okay. Well, just so you know, Shan, we go live every Wednesday usually at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I had to switch it this week because of Thanksgiving. But definitely join us for next week. Jake, thank you for the cloud bread and the roses. I appreciate it. You're welcome, Catherine. I wish I could help more. Dog Lover 1965, thank you for hitting that share button. I appreciate it. Jana, I might have already done that, to be quite honest with you. I always have clear dip powders that always have a little bit of a sprinkle in it, so I usually just use those ones, and then I have a separate clear dip powder for when I'm not doing a glitter. But yeah, that is a good tip. You should brush the bottom of your fingers. I'm a failure. Smudge, you are here. Hello. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Dawn, thank you for hitting that share button. I really appreciate it. Also, Smudge, thank you for hitting that share button. Kristen, you're here. That's okay. I'm glad. We're just encapsulating our shimmer powder right now. Jess, I am using Dreamwork by Revel Nail. It is one of my absolute favorites to use this time of year. Thank you, Kristen. We went just plain tonight. We're just doing a plain one color mani, but we do have a little pizzazz with that rose gold shimmer in there. So it's not like totally plain, you know? Now, guys, you notice that I wasn't doing the pushback thing with the brush there. With how rough that shimmer is, the brush won't push back. So I was just starting the brush kind of lower, just so that I didn't put too much liquid up near the top, and then brushing it in, as you saw, to just try to fill in all the little rough gaps from the shimmer. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, we have encapsulated. We are now ready to activate and buff this manicure smooth. Oh, nice, Smudge. Well, hopefully it's not too crazy busy at the airport. What company do I shop the most for my dips? Honestly, Brittany, I'm all over the place. I have so many favorites. I have a ton of Revel. I have a ton of West Coast dips. I love Virgo and Gem. I have quite a few. You get white spots and then the sparkles are gone. I'm trying to think of why that might be. It's kind of hard to say. Like, is there a chance that your clear powder got contaminated with anything? And I only say that because I actually made that mistake for the first time in like 3 years last week. Because I went and I encapsulated and it was like, had little white splotches, and I realized that I had used white the week prior and I had brushed it in. So that happened to me. But definitely check for that. The other thing with like your sparkles getting ruined, you could be like buffing through the clear layer, and that might be causing issue as well. Oh, it is brand new. I'll have to look into that, Isabella. To be honest, I'm not sure. The only thing I can think of is if you are buffing through the clear dip powder, but if that's not the case, I'd have to double check on that because I'm not 100%. How long does it take me to remove? About 10 minutes a hand. Oh, my face is gone. 1 second, friends. Ah! There we go. Are we back? There we go. All right, so we're going to apply our activator here. And I'm just going to be extra generous with that shimmer layer because sometimes they can be a little funky for curing. A little oversaturation just to make sure they're nice and cured and ready to buff. Jana, thank you for jumping in, and I appreciate that. All right, so I'm just letting that cure. Can you guys see okay? They are fantastic, Debbie. I just got like a brand new fresh set. Like I'm cracking them open tonight and it makes me so happy. I love a fresh set of liquids. And I haven't used Virgo in so long. All right, it sounds like we're tapping, friends. So I'm gonna go in with my curve file. And then I'm just going to start by going around that cuticle area to blend everything in. Okay, Jan, I think you and I are on the same page because that's what I was saying is I was wondering if it was buffing through the clear layer. So adding the second layer of clear powder is a good idea. I usually do one, but I'm pretty gentle to make sure that I don't go all the way through, but that definitely could be the issue is that you're hitting the color as well. So maybe try it extra clear like Jana suggested. I don't know. I'm doing my best. All right, so after I go to the cuticle area, I'm just gonna go down the one side and then the other side. I'm just gonna get rid of that little lump at the end. And then I'm just gonna go around and just sharpen up the edges a little bit. Isabel, I would definitely try Jana's suggestion with 2 because like I said, I am wondering if you are hitting that clear powder. So what Jana is saying might be helpful to add a second layer of clear just to make sure that you don't hit the color. Amanda, yeah, I actually use both these and then I'll use the little orange buffers if I can find them. Oh, there it is. I use these afterwards just to do a light buff. These are I'm using the 180 grit side of these. So I just like to use these initially just to shape everything and get everything good to go. And then I do the light buff with the little orange buffer blocks. Oh, Cassie, I'm glad to have you back to it. Caitlin, I am using Dreamwork by Rebel Nail tonight. Amanda, you can just use the orange buffer blocks. I just find holding the files a little bit easier when I'm doing this initial kind of like shaping process that I do, especially for getting into the cuticles and then going around the edges. But yeah, you can absolutely use those orange buffer blocks to smooth everything out. Oh, nice, Cassie. That's awesome to hear. It's definitely way too much of an investment to walk away now, that is for sure. Amanda, like you might want one, like I said, just because it's a little bit easier to get around certain areas, but you can definitely get away with those orange buffer blocks. I'm going to be using them after the fact. I just, like I said, I like to just do this part here with the file because I just find the way you can hold it to be a little bit easier to get everything right. Okay, so I'm just going to double check everything up close, friends. Make sure that we are all good to go. So when I'm doing my shaping, I do like to kind of hold my nails out like this. And then I like to flip, well, not with my thumb, but I like to hold them out like this and like this just to make sure that everything is even. And I find those two angles just allow you to see any imperfections that you might be missing a little bit easier. Okay. I think we are in good shape. Perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to grab that little orange buffer block, Amanda, and then we're just going to finish off smoothing everything out because I don't want to buff too much on these because I really don't want to get through that clear powder. I just want everything to look nice and pretty for when we get to the top coat. Cassie, that's a good idea too. These are definitely a lot more gentle. Victoria, hello. I'm good. How are you? Blaine, I use the Onyx Nail Pro stuff most of the time for acetone. That's what's easiest to get a hold of for me. You are welcome. Kristen, you are here. You found me. I'm so excited. Alright, we are just about buff smooth. Awesome, Victoria. I'm glad to hear that. I feel like this side looks a little wonky, so just one moment. Alright, I think we're good, friends. So now that we've buffed everything nice and smooth, I'm just gonna grab, now normally you could do this at a sink, but I don't have a sink close by. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit of water and a nail brush. See, it's a good idea to get all that dust out of the nail. It's just gonna make your top coat application a little bit cleaner. And then we want to dry our nails really well, and then we're going to go into top coats. A little bit of dream work at the bottom there. Okay. Get off. All right, so now that we have dried the nails, I'm going to go in with my activator, and then we are going to top coat, and then we are all done our manicure this evening. So let's grab that activator. So the thing with top coat, guys, it's all about timing. So we just want to make sure that we apply that second coat of activator. And then grab a lint-free wipe or paper towel, whatever you have on hand, and we're just going to wipe off that excess activator. And once we've done that, we're going to grab our top coat. Now for the first top coat layer, you want to limit the contact time that the brush has with the nail. The reason that I do this is just to avoid having that top coat brush harden from the activator. So let's move you guys closer. So I'm going to go around and for the first layer do 3 very quick strokes. They're going to be a little messy. We're going to go ahead and put a nice clean layer on right after. So I'm just going to go around and basically 1, 2, 3 everywhere. And then once we've done that, we're going to go do a nice clean layer. Now on the second layer, please make sure that you cap your edges. That is so important for making sure that your manicure does not chip. So to cap your edges, you just want to run the brush very lightly around that free edge, like so. And then we're going to continue applying your top coat nicely to all the nails until we are done. All right. And now that we've got that second layer on, we are just going to let that dry. And then tonight's manicure is done. Easy peasy one color. It is definitely the bomb, Jess. I so agree with you. I'm so glad. I love Virgo and Gem. Like I said, they were like my first ones that I switched to and realized that dip liquids made a difference. I love them. I love them so much. And they are available on Amazon now, which is also amazing. I do have them linked in my storefront if anybody wants to check those out. Oh, Amanda. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that. That's good. I'm so glad. Bambi, the best liquids to use. So, I mean, my top ones that are all available on Amazon. For an affordable one, I like the Manicure ones for the price point. If you want to get a little bit nicer of a liquid, the Virgo and Gem are really good liquids. I also really like the Sparkle & Co. All available on Amazon. And then the Kiara Sky liquids are also fantastic. A little pricier, but a great quality liquid. Any of those 4 are going to give you a great manicure. West Coast dip liquids are also great. They're not available on Amazon. You got to go right to the website. But yeah, any of the liquids that I recommend are available on my storefront. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. Ah, Marissa, you're too kind. Thank you. Baby, you are welcome. Oh, nice, Janet. That's a good tip as well. I've heard of people doing that. Jessica, that's awesome. I'm glad. Well, we can thank my husband for that. He is the tech geek who has done all of this. He's very talented with tech setups and has a lot more patience than I. So he's the mastermind behind the live setup that I have. He's awesome. Thank you, Heidi. Ah, yay, Soraya. I can't wait till I can do your nails again, Soraya. Hopefully soon. Casey, that's okay. We're at an odd time. We'll be back to our Wednesday nights next week. Thank you, Kristen. Yes, Hubs did a great job. Soraya. All right, friends, there is the nails. Like I said, I don't know. I really wanted to do a cool Halloween design this week, and then I got to today and just, in my heart of hearts, I just felt like I needed a one-color mani. It hits you every once in a while, you know? But next week we will be back with our regular Wednesday night lives, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to be alerted when we go live, or if there is a change to the schedule, or if you want to know when the replay is available, go over to my TikTok profile and you can actually sign up for email alerts there. The other thing is, if you have not already grabbed my ultimate guide to dip powder nails, it is totally free, also available in my TikTok profile. Just click the link. It's just basically a collection of all of my tutorials that I have, all of my product recommendations, and it is totally free. So just go over to my TikTok profile, click the link, and you'll see the button where you can grab that. Other than that, I am working on fresh new content for you guys, as always, doing my best. And I think that's about it for this week. So thank you, Tiffany. I love this color so much. It's so perfect for this season. I just love it. Cassie, thank you. Cassie, Casey and Cassie. Thank you, Casey. Thank you, Cassie. I agree. Like, every once in a while, like, I love doing fun designs and all kinds of colors and stuff, but every once in a while I just feel like I just need to have a really simple manicure, you know, so it's nice to switch things up. And that's the joy of doing nails at home. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. So, Smudge, thank you. I hope you're having not too long of a wait at the airport. Thanks, Jake. You're amazing. Don't screenshot that. Thank you, Cassie. I agree, Janet. And you know what? The rose gold in this, it's like technically not like the most simple. It's actually like pretty glimmery, pretty glitz, if you will. So, all right, my friends. So like I said, if you have not signed up for those email alerts, or you haven't already grabbed the free ultimate guide to dip powder nails at home, go over to my TikTok profile, click the link, and grab those things. Otherwise, I will see everybody next Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for our usual live dip manicure time. Other than that, I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your evening. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I hope your weekend is fantastic. And I will see everybody next week. Hopefully it'll be a little less chaotic than today's tech craziness. But you know, either way, I'll show up. Might be late, but I'll show up. I miss you guys too much. Adios, Soraya. Bye, Fallon. Bye, Cassie. Bye, Debbie. Have a great weekend. Bye, Jana. All right, friends. I will see everybody next week. Ta-ta.